press record, and I think we can begin. So, just let's remind you guys what happened last session. You slept at the witch's house. You went into the Bellyless, trying to track down Balrak's uncle. Found some very aggressive snow monkeys. Had to run away from them. Met an elven bard. Had to sleep in the forest. Traverse again, and the next day, finding finally the whatever has left of Ondex. One of your party members had died. You just escaped with an inch of your life. Not escaped, defeated the foe. And oh yeah, also Sven's brother came with glorious landing, tumbling into the nearest tree.
Superhero landing.
Superhero landing, yeah. Yeah, so now after you spent
He was
some
always
time,
come late.
yeah. After some time, spending some time digging the grave, putting like a large stake and Balrak's shield on his place. This is where we begin today's session. So, what would you guys like to do?
I will. Yeah. Sorry.
Go ahead.
You go.
Go
Okay.
Go ahead.
What I would do is, since I am also one of the newcomers to the party, I will, after the grave has been set up, I will go over and kneel in front of it and just give a small prayer to a nameless god.
So after Swent is done talking with his brother and catching up, he will try to examine this eldritch horror body of Bolrek's uncle.
Sure. Roll an investigation check, as you will like ravage through that.
Okay. You see him is like Svent is like grabbing a stick, so he's moving a tentacle or the tongue or whatever.
Well, the first thing that happened is like all his body split for one attack, like into like opening like a huge mouth, and then it closed back. So like right now he looks like a dwarf. What? What did you roll?
5 on the investigation.
5. The only thing like, yeah, you barely intact plate armor. Like you find his shield and an axe, which is a regular shield and regular battle axe. And from all your attacks against him, like his armor is in shambles, but can be still functional if you get it to a blacksmith.
Can I try to do a medicine check, like legit, open him up to see what
Sure.
happened to his body?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Don't forget, Sven, you did get inspiration the last session, so mark yourself
Ooh.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, that
so,
was for your investigation skills with the bread.
mm, yeah, that was indeed brilliant. So let's see.
I agree.
16 on medicine check.
Okay, so 16. All you guys, as kinda like exhausted and still on alert if something will jump on you again. You see Sven goes to the body, takes off the breastplate, and just takes his knife, like carves open his body like an autopsy. And inside, you do find like just in the middle of the chest, like where not in the middle, like where the abdomen will be. You find like a black sphere around like a baseball size.
Is it like an organ or like
No.
an
It's like
object?
an object, like a black sphere, like a huge pearl.
Okay.
But black.
I'm gonna do the ritual detect magic
All right.
and try to see if that thing is magical.
So you cast. It will take you as a ritual, so take
10
minutes
minutes.
to cast that. Meanwhile, while Sven does that, do you guys want to do something?
Uh,
Or are you just watching?
what the what is the ammo made from? Can I check?
It's a steel
Okay.
armor. Yeah,
Regular.
it's
Okay. And while he's doing that, I will be looking for the tree that I'm looking for since I arrived. So
all right. Make a perception check. All of you others who also like on the lookout can make me a perception check. And Sven, with you, um, you do find it is magical. Like as your consciousness expands, and now you see all of that, except like some things that like light up on your other members. This orb is is magical, but you can't really. There's no like a school of magic.
Okay.
You cannot discern like the school. Like it's everything. It jumps from necromancy to abjuration to illusion to everything. It's just everything and nothing at the same time.
I asked the. First of all, I shared the information with the rest of the group. And I asked them if we should bring this sphere to the woman who sent us here to investigate.
I think this is a great idea, my friend.
Well, it certainly is an interesting object. You say that you can that the magic is all over the place inside of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, this was something I was asking Sven
sorry.
himself
Sorry.
on that.
Yes.
That was roleplay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the magic is wild in this area, and for some reason I cannot determine the school of magic of this strange object.
Well, to me, that kind of tells that this is a very special object, a very an artifact, maybe even. Maybe it's old or anything. I think it's something that's important to keep at the very least. I don't think we should give it away to anyone.
Okay.
definitely.
Can I determine that touching this object could have negative side effects?
Um, I would tell you to roll an Arcana, but as a ranger, you do have your instinct, so we'll give you as a survival check to try to discern like if touching that something will trigger or whatever.
Okay, so survival check with
Yes.
advantage. That will
I
be a
will-
13.
13.
Yes.
All right. Hard to tell. You're not entirely sure.
Did the bard wanted to say something?
Yeah, just he told me to roll perception earlier, so I rolled 14. But
All right. I will tell
about
you if you'll find it.
no problem. Anyway, about this orb,
Yes.
does it like when we look at it? Does it seem like it's just like a marble or something, or is it pulsing energy? Like how?
Make another
question.
perception check. Or are you actually like examining, like you wanna lift it up, or you're just like observing?
I'm looking at him
All right.
touching it. So I'm not really touching it myself. So,
Okay.
I'm just looking at it. So I rolled 13.
30. All right. So, uh, so now Cement like explaining, and the orb is still like inside Ondek's body. It looks like a pearl, like but there's no light around it. It's like it's an object, but it's also like a pitch black, so it just absorbs all the light that comes to it. Like you do see like from the outside that the shape, the perfect spherical shape, but inside, like every light, and you look from every direction. From one direction, it just shines a little bit like a pearl, and then it just pitch black again.
Okay.
Hey, little friend, what are you worried about? What do you want?
I mean, look at the shape of this body. I mean, we don't know how he transformed into this grotesque figure.
Maybe try to eat it. Don't worry. And I'm like ripping piece of my cloth of my my cloak, and I just wrap it, and I'm like, I will hold it. Don't worry.
Are you just straight up touching it and put it in your in this cloth?
I'm wrapping my hands with the cloth and just wrapping it and just holding the cloth at the end.
Okay. So Sven is like opening his bag and put it here.
All right.
As Himike, as you go to lift it up, you grab the clock around your hand so you will not touch it directly. And just as you go into the body and grab it, yeah, it just comes out. You rub it around and put it in the bag.
You
And
didn't
I
see it.
just,
That's something what's gonna happen.
I
Yep.
just punch him in the shoulder. Don't worry, my friend. Everything is okay.
You see, Sven is a bit pale because he was certain that something is gonna happen to Amika,
Yeah.
and he's taking like a big, a huge breath. Whew. Okay, everything is okay.
Yeah.
At that time,
Okay.
as just as you take your deep breath, Kig's head just goes from the left of your shoulders, and he puts his hand on you, just like that on your shoulders. And it's like, don't worry, brother. Is everything gonna be alright?
Yeah, hopefully. Now we need to bring this to the woman. Maybe she can,
Sorry.
maybe she can explain some stuff.
You believe she knows something?
Well, sure as hell, none of us can understand what the hell happened here. If
And she's the
anybody,
one that sent us.
if anybody would have any clue about what this thing is, it would probably be her.
You're probably right. Are you sure we can fully trust her? She seems... I don't know. I'm not sure I can fully trust her. She
Well-
feels weird.
Well, I am weird, but you accept
Yeah.
me.
And I
Not-
am
not
weird
that
as
time.
well.
hmm
You guys are weird in a different way.
Oh,
She's weird in I both trust her and not at the same time, and that just it doesn't sit well with me.
that gives you a shivers.
Yeah, you can say that.
Well,
Well,
we barge our way into her house, and basically she had any justification to, I don't know, harm us, but instead she chose to be hospital towards us and bring us to her home and give us shelter to the night. So she didn't really give any reason to be suspicious.
I agree with my tiny friend.
I wasn't there probably, but the question is if she didn't give him the orb beforehand and then sent you to the orb location. This is also a possibility that she knew everything that's going on because she met this one before. And she's the one who handed it over to him. That's a possibility you need to consider.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
let
not,
me consider that. Okay, I consider that. If something will go wrong, I will fight her. But I don't think something will go wrong.
well,
And yes,
let's see. Let's agree. We are not going to reveal that we possess the orb like straight away, but we're gonna try to investigate a bit. Ask her indirect questions, that could possibly reveal some information?
Does she know you looked for this dwarf?
Yes, she know we look for this dwarf.
So I guess the first question she will have is, did you find him? Now, we need to tell her we did not find him anyway. And
Well,
somehow
That-
we need to convince her.
that would not be in our best interest, cause she did promise us a quest reward if we did kill him.
Kill him.
Yeah, kill him.
Wasn't
So-
it just that we
Um,
found her?
Found. Well, I think the quest was find the hunger, something like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
find the hunger. And correct me if I'm wrong, but a dwarf with a huge maw in his stomach, with tentacles and a lot of teeth, fit that description.
Mm-hmm.
So
I agree there.
Yeah.
maybe.
But that brings another thing because she knows that we were looking for the dwarf. But how would then she know that the hunger and the dwarf were the same thing? That's more. How do we deal with that? If we had to kind of be a bit deceitful to her to get some information, we should be careful with that piece of information.
Here's what I suggest. Let's chop off a few tentacles and teeth, as a proof that we did kill the hunger.
Like this, and I just, as you talked, I wanted to just claws the way to the teeth and the tentacle and just lift it up. Like this?
There's no tentacles. Where did you take
Oh.
the tentacles
Yeah, I don't
from?
know where you guys.
There's no tentacles.
Everything is better with tentacles.
You're thinking of something else.
That's
Yeah,
that's
It was
Sure.
only the giant mouth.
yeah. The only thing that happened is just the giant mouth opened and closed back in, and he became the dwarf again. So that's it.
He,
Alright.
he just want the dwarf to be Cthulhu.
Yeah,
Mm.
Cthulhu possessed. Anyway, so I would just take teeth, I guess.
Easy enough
We
to
can take
do.
his head. You know, I think that would be the best case actually.
A little bit harder to do, but still doable between all of you. You can still, yeah, you can cut off his head, sure.
I think that would be the best. Like,
Yeah, but if we bring
Yeah.
her the head, she will know it's the dwarf.
she probably knows it's him. I quite certain.
I mean,
said she knows.
Well-
Sven, Himike, and Moon, roll a history check, because you just don't remember one detail that you did roll for that with her. I'll see if you'll remember that.
history check.
I rolled a 1.
12 for me.
15.
Sven, you do remember that you already asked her about Ondex. She never heard of him and never knew that he is in the forest. And Moon, you did an insight check on her for that as well.
Okay.
Hmm.
So she doesn't know
Alright.
how Ondex looks like, but she will recognize it's a head of a dwarf. Because
Very much
dwarves
so.
do have distinct features.
Especially since last time we were with her, we had a dwarf. Now,
We don't.
rest in peace. Yeah.
Hey, he's
So
right.
at least he would. He's under some rubble now.
Yeah. So I guess we just take the thief then?
I don't think the thief is a proof enough of a kill, but it's your quest, so I don't mind it. She
I
can say
mean,
you fought him and he ran away. How do you prove that he actually died? I think that is a possibility, but if you want to take it, it's
question, is he still the size of a dwarf?
Yep,
So we can just take the upper torso then.
you can take the whole dwarf.
Just take the dwarf then. Yeah.
I mean, are we gonna walk a full day just carrying the dwarf?
That is cut open in half, like all of his insides are out. Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Well, fair enough.
the- there is a huge mouth key in inside of his butt, in his stomach. So yeah, that's a hard proof. So
Well, I sorry to interrupt you, my little friend, but I think that I will disagree with all of you. You know, I met a lot of trouble in my life, and I think to dishonor this body, even if it was a evil body, it's a no-no for me. And I want to bury him next to his nephew. I think
well,
it's nephew.
It is, yeah.
nephew, yes.
uh,
Then how would we prove that we kill him
with
without revealing that?
words, with words, my friend.
I got another question. This magic seems dark. From what I know, dark magic that is not buried in spatial ways or some rituals can come back after a while. Are you sure it's safe to actually bury him next to his friend without asking her if there is any way, special way we can handle it, and we should be handling this and not end up having him come after us because he came back to life?
I will
Uh,
take a full responsibility on that, but I will not let you uh, disgrace the honor of their family. I think family is the most important thing in life.
I agree with that statement, and also she didn't say anything about, you know, doing special actions after we do our mission. She didn't say burn the body or bury it or something like that. Just kill the hunger.
Okay.
Also, I do believe that this orb, whatever this object, is responsible for this change that happens to Boloric's uncle.
The question is if the magic lingers in the body even after it's removed, or is it just centered around the orb? Because some
S-
Well, technically, since you still have to detect magic up, you
Yeah,
would be able to
exactly.
tell.
So that's what I was about to say. So when you look at the body and it's not magical. Nothing about it
Okay.
magical.
Seems to be normal carcass at the moment. Doesn't
Yep.
seem to be able to resurrect or something.
Okay.
So let's just drag this body. How far is the cabin from the location we are currently at?
Around a day's travel. Well, now after all of that, because you did woke up, investigated, fought, I would say with everything right now, it is like early evening.
Well, I guess we need to make camp for the night and then we will go to the cabin.
I would even say yes because I'm also. I think a few of us are quite weak.
All of you
Yeah.
are
Including,
super exhausted.
So
Me too?
here's
I mean, in a way, like it is a hard battle. Like you're not really used to having fighting for days, for a full day, battle after battle, and all of you almost died. So, yeah.
True.
okay. So while we
Yeah.
make camp, we should probably agree that whoever is taking the guard watch should also pay attention to my bag to see if this magical object is doing anything.
Definitely.
Agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe to be on the safe side, put your bag away from your body.
Yeah, we'll put it outside of the tent, and whoever is watching will pay attention to the bag and the tent and the surrounding.
We actually have a tent.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Um,
I thought we just was sleeping outside.
Like you have this like army tent, like really enough to just lie down and that's it.
Okay.
what is the time right now outside?
Early evening. Like the sun begins to set slowly. You don't really see because there's a lot of trees. You're in the middle of a thick forest, and by the looks of it, it's like the sky begins to be like already red. You discern
The
that
correct
sun's
term
going
is
down.
is done, right?
So
Hmm?
The correct term is done, right?
It's close
Dawn?
to dawn. Yeah,
Mm.
getting
All right,
there.
all right.
Actually, no.
Dusk,
Dawn is the
dusk.
morning.
Yeah, dusk.
Yeah, dusk. You're thinking of dusk.
Mm.
It's getting closer to dusk, yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
Thank you.
I volunteer to take the first watch.
Alright. Roll a perception check for me, please.
Da, da, da.
I'll take 4 hours. Then what?
16.
A 16. Alright. So, all of you just set up your bed for the night closer to the fire, as it is cold as hell here. You gotta roll closer to the fire to keep warmth, and sleep comes super easy for all of you as your bodies are exhausted from all the fights and battles. On your watch, Sven, Kiggs comes to you and no, Archie. If I cannot convince you to come home, and mother will have my head if something happens to you. I have an idea. There's some ancient dragon magic that will form a pact between us. Follow my lead. As he begins like to carve some runes in like ancient draconic. Half of it you do understand, and most of it just escapes your grasp. He takes his sharp like razor black claw and begins to like mumble under his breath in draconic, and cuts his palm a little bit, and from that like blue lightning begins to spark, and just as you do, like you instinctively follow him as well and cut your own hand with your claw, and blue lightning begins between you two, and as you come closer and closer and closer to each other, you see like he's getting super excited. His his tail begins to wiggle, and just as you touch, he looks back and is like, oh fuck, I fucked up. And blue lightning just covers him, and he disappears.
Huh?
Huh?
What happened? Kiggs? Kiggs! What the fuck? And you see Sven is like searching everywhere and for Kiggs.
I'm in a trance. I don't see anything.
Yeah,
Nope,
I was
none
about
of
to
you-
say, I don't think anyone see anything.
Nope.
You're the only one awake.
The only thing that you, Sven, as you look around and like to all the things that he put in the snow, you see like one of the runes, like because he got excited, the tail just made a mark, like a straight cut on it, changing the rune into something else.
Okay.
And-
Does anything happen to my body, my hand? Is it still bleeding?
No, the wound is closed.
Okay.
The wound is closed, but weirdly enough, you still feel his presence.
Okay. Can I make an Arcana check to try to understand the ritual he was trying to do?
Sure.
And what is basically the result of his mistake?
Alright.
Okay.
That will be a high roll. Good luck.
10.
A 10. From reading like the runes and trying to understand that, and remembering some things that your mother told you stories about, that should have made a pact between you two, so you will always be connected in a way, and the one grows, the other grows as well. But something changed, and you're not sure how or why.
So I still feel him in the area, but I don't see him.
You still feel him, yes.
Okay, for some reason, Sven is like, after reading it and getting frustrated a bit, I should have listened and not fall asleep when my mother talked about this stuff. Uh, but you still, for some reason, still feel him,
Yes.
so he's a bit more relaxed. Maybe he can change it or some other way. Maybe the woman would know what happened. So Sven is like trying to memorize the ritual, the ruins,
Mhm.
and to he's gonna take like a paper and start to, you know, write down all the ruins and stuff to show it to her later.
All right. And other than that, the your watch goes uneventful. Who's next?
I
I
wake up the
will.
I will
bard.
take last watch.
Mm.
The bard.
I,
Only one of you needs to take a watch because I'm doing 4 hours with my.
It's 8 hours total, isn't it?
Yeah, 8 hours.
Yeah,
It isn't
so
6.
So you need
But-
one. You need one more watch, and then the bard can take the last 4. So you need to still to transfer 4 hours. So one of you, Moon or Himika.
I wake up the blood hunter.
All right.
Let my fluffy
Alright.
sleep.
So Moon, roll a perception check for me, please.
Yeah, that's just a straight roll for me. And that's natural 19, so...
19. All right, cool. To the
Sorry,
total
sorry,
of
I said 16. 16.
16.
It's
All right,
16 total.
16
Yeah,
total.
I don't have any perception bonus.
Happens.
So it's just a dirty roll. So it's just a straight roll.
You wake up and you are used somewhat to combat, but still, like, your muscles, especially in this cold, are tense and hurting. So instinctively, you just begin to massage everything. As you like walk around, you like look at the bag, at the trees, all the dead bodies and carcasses that are around you, because you're sleeping right next to where all the main massacre happened. But other than that, nothing happens.
Pretty normal sleeping next to dead bodies to me.
To each their own. And Nathaniel, make a
Okay.
perception check for me, please, for the last 4 hours.
it's 18 plus 4, so 22.
22. Nice.
That is.
So again, the first hour, nothing happens. For now, you go around, watch it, thinking about like the stuff that you wanna achieve, and how the hell did you manage to came upon this group that almost got you killed? But for some reason, maybe you wanna stick with them, maybe you don't. But Moon, you feel yourself running to what appears to be jungle vegetation, through leaves and bushes. You're following a scent. You see like a faint color of a scent, and you're following you, running at your full speed. Different from everything else. Picking up speed, you rush through one patch to the other, as if you know this place as the back of your hand. Even with your speed, you're certain you are hidden. You hear a muffled growl comes from within you. The scent you've been following grows stronger, and you slow. Hide yourself in the underbrush. In front of you, you see a humanoid figure. What do you do?
Is the humanoid figure looking straight at me or away from me?
He's with his back to you. So you're like behind him.
All right. Well, I will try and sneak up towards the figure.
Alright. Roll a stealth check.
Natural 20.
Nice.
Oh damn.
So
For a total of 23.
nice. So you go down completely. You're certain you're the most hidden you have ever been, and you straight to the right, circling around him. What do you do? Now you're around like 20 feet away from him.
As I approach closer and closer, I will just try and just dash towards it before it can even, before the humanoid creature can even react.
So just before you jump, you focus on the figure, on the sand. You feel your lungs expand and deflect so quietly. And as you blink, your vision suddenly shifts. You're standing in the middle of a jungle, similar to the one you were born in. Canopies and dozens of different trees and bushes surround you. What do you do?
I try and just pick a direction and see if I can find this scent again.
Right now, you don't feel any scent. You're just standing with some determination, but you're not sure what it is.
I will just pick a random direction that I feel is right and just run.
All right. So as you turn to your right, and just as you want to start running, you see around like 15 feet away from you in the bushes, two yellow glowing eyes staring at you. But you don't feel
I will
afraid.
just. I will just stand still and look at it. Kind of get low onto the ground as well.
As you go down to one knee and you look eyes, now you're like even level with whatever that creature is. The creature takes a step forward, and now you can see like a pitch black fur, a big paw, muscled legs, and the head of a panther comes out of the brushes. With each step the creature takes, you for some reason takes a step closer to him as well. And with each step your perspective shifts between you and the panther, and then again and again and again. And as you reach out to it, and your vision goes black again. Now, Nathaniel, you see around like 2.5, 3 hours mark at your shift, Moons begins to shift slowly. Nothing unusual until he begins to shift more and more and more. And you notice with your perception check that he grows a little bit larger. Suddenly, like some exposed skin begins to become black and covered with fur.
I will not try to shake him to wake him up. First, something I will try to do. I will try to play with my instrument, with my harmonica. I will try to play Song of Rest to actually maybe try to affect him and calm him down.
Okay.
So during his rest.
What does the Song of Rest do exactly?
Generally, it should, when you take a short rest, should grant extra healing, but I'm trying to use it in another way, just to calm him down,
I see.
to improve his rest.
Alright, I
Not
see. So, you play some tune and. Jesus. Sorry. Random music opened in my. You play your tune and. Himike and Svent, you hear it and you wake up as well as. And now. I need you, Moon, to roll a wisdom saving throw, but with advantage, as Nathaniel will try and help you to calm you down.
Okay. Let's see. Advantage. Oh, those were some good rolls. Roll an 18.
18. So you wake up and your vision and all your senses are heightened. You feel like your primal instincts goes out of you. But then in the back of your mind, you remember like all the lessons of your village elders that taught you about those transformations. So you try to shake it and shake it and shake it and shake it, and you come to consciousness. And
You see me looking at.
and yes, Moon, you can describe your new form as you took your
So,
Lycan subclass.
Okay, so as I wake up, I just stand up with a start. And what everyone else is seeing is uh, everywhere on my body where I have exposed skin, you see black fur just covering everything. On my hands have my fingers have gotten a slight bit longer, and claws are out of it. They kind of try and dig into the snow and dirt down below. As and as you look at my face, again, pure black fur, but the shape of the head has completely changed. My yellow eyes have now changed a little bit more. Is from instead of golden, they are just have become these feline eyes, while the shape of my head has become that of a feline creature as well. Completely changed. And even my the hood that I usually have on has fallen back, and you see also my ears have also as well become completely feline.
Um, did it happen instantly, or did I see him change?
You saw the change. You
Oh,
saw
okay.
like slowly, like he will begin to shift and grow in size and like shift a little bit. And as he woke up, you saw him like in this form.
You will
Uh,
see me when I wake up. You will see me looking at you and kind of like stand down, just kind of protective, just in case you will go crazy or something. So you will see my character with a worried expression, kind of looking at me in the eyes.
Sven will look at the Mickey. I'm not really familiar with human biology, but I don't think that's how puberty works.
Good morning. What are you saying, tiny friend? What are you looking at?
I just look at the big black panther in our tent.
And Himike, as you wake up, you pick up a scent of another feline.
Father? Who are you?
I just at the moment, nothing that any of you said even registered into my mind. You just see my eyes shake, and my pupils have become very slender, as if I almost was like as if something had frightened me, and I woke up from a nightmare, and just goes.
Moon,
Yeah.
um,
Uh,
are you usually transforming?
what?
Look at yourself, and I will still have my hand on my sword, like on my rapier. It's still like, yeah, I will look a little worried, but a little bit calmer right now because you do respond. So, yeah.
As you say this, I just look down onto my transformed hand, and I get a shocked look on my face, and I just turn around to just try and look at my body, and quickly I try and take my cloak off and uh, try and take a closer look at my body, and that's also where you also will be able to see how much of my body that actually has transformed. Everywhere it has completely changed to black fur, and it just goes, what? How did this?
Well, you apparently had a nightmare because you were like, shaking all night and like turning around, and I kind of tried to calm you down with kind of a magical song, let's call it that, and I think I did manage to calm you down, but you still transformed during your sleep. So yeah.
I did hear that, yeah.
While they are talking with each other, Swent will look at his bag to make sure the object is still there and not responsible for what just happened.
Sure, the object is still there.
Hmm.
The orb is there just as you left it.
Okay, good to know it's not related. So, Amike, is he like some sort of a long lost relative of yours? What is happening here?
Well, thank you for asking in that. Because in the whole kingdom, the Panther is the great assassin of the kings. Which you know the kings are the lion, the king of the animals. And I look at Moon and I'm like, you'll be a good force to our team.
Maybe. This certainly feels very different. I feel.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Cunning just
That-
sneezed.
This certainly feels. I feel so much more power. It feels so strange.
Is this gonna be a permanent thing?
I think so. I'm not too sure. I try and start to concentrate to see if I could change away from this form.
Yeah, as you do, you'll see Moon just goes a little bit into his like mind castle and shifts to his regular form, the one that you used to.
Okay.
Guess not permanent like that.
You are not like me. You're just a hairless kid.
I never were like you to begin with.
Well, yeah. Alright. Uh,
Well,
what is the time right now?
You like technically because you all slept and you went pretty early in the morning, so it's still dark outside. But you need another like hour or so of light activity,
Mm.
and you'll get your full rest.
for a moment I thought I'm gonna have two fluffies. But okay, Amike. You will be my only fluffy.
You bet you are.
Yeah, don't think you don't climb me like you do him. Don't do that.
Yeah, I just go to sleep and finish the night.
Alright.
I just stand up and start to take a little walk to try and make sense of what just happened to myself.
Alright. As you all relax and Moon just goes a little bit into his own place for a second. Um, After an hour or so, you all can come back to sleep. It's still dark outside, but from the position of the stars and you're used to that, soon the sun will rise. Soon enough. So
Okay.
you have a full day ahead of you. You're free to roam this world.
Okay.
Do we mark a long rest?
Alright,
Yes,
Click
you can
my
mark a long
long
rest
rest.
for all of you. And like Moon, you get your subclass.
yeah.
So onward to the cabin.
Eh? Who's Kevin?
The woman's cabin.
Ah,
The
Kevin.
cabin, not Kevin. Not Kevin.
No, we're not going to cabin, we're going to the cabin.
Sorry. I was like, who's Kevin?
This is the new name of the kit.
That's the new player character.
Don't make a mistake like I did yesterday.
Alright, so I need whoever will lead the party to roll a survival check.
That will be my area of specialty.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
19.
19. From where you are, and you like calculate your position in the forest, even though like it would be harder to anyone else, but you are used to kind of those environments. You discern that you do need to go south to reach Elsbeth. And now you do know, like, if you'll take more to the east or to the left of you, you will come to the area where you've encountered the monkeys. So, like, tell me general directions. Where are you going?
Well, I think we would like to avoid any encounters and just take the shortest route to the Elizabeth.
So you just
So, yeah.
take a straight south.
Yes.
All right. After it will take you around two, thanks to you, this whole situation is not difficult terrain, and you can move your normal speed. Around after 2.5, 3 hours, you reach the river again, and now the river from you is, you see it goes to your right, and you're right at another split, not the one that you were before. So from your perspective, if you're looking, the river goes right and a little bit to the south. So like it splits like that.
Okay.
With your roll, we'll continue with that. The tree that you put down is to your left. If you want to take that. Like you don't see it, but you know, like you will have to follow up the river.
Yeah, I think we will follow up the river.
Easy enough to do. It will take you around an hour or so as you reach that log. And you cross that, and from here you already know the path. And by this time, the sun is rising up as you reach the Elsbeth cabin.
Okay. So, do I see her or her son?
You see like a little bit of smoke rising from the chimney, but you don't see them.
Okay. So, I'm gonna knock her on the door.
You hear like some footsteps, and the door opens up, and you see the kid. Now as he see you, like he is taller than you, so like as you sees Himika first, and is like super excited, and is like, oh, well, you're back fast.
Hello, Tiny Fairy. How are you? Are you okay?
Oh, of course, I'm fine. A strong knight is always fine.
I'm
Good
looking
to
at
know.
I'm looking for the bag because I don't know them. So like, But no, I never met them, so
Yeah.
I'm sitting behind and like looking.
Is your mother at home?
Oh, of course, of course. And he steps a little bit back and lets you all in. And in regular, like first for you, Nathaniel, you see a cabin with two beds, like a table, some kitchen, and at the end, next to the fireplace, you see a human woman sitting, like covered with some blankets on top of her, and except like on the head, you see a long, straight black hair that falls to the to the floor. As she greets you like, oh, "You're back. I guess you were successful, or not." As she like looks around and notices that Balarak is not with you.
We did, but we had to with a great price.
At least they are together in heaven.
Oh, so he found his uncle?
Yes. We did bring his body with us. I look at the kid. It's probably something that young eyes shouldn't witness.
Elsbeth looks at the kid and like he frustrated that he wanted to take part in the stories, and he goes out and closes the door behind him.
As I reveal the carcass to her.
You see like a calm expression as she's not surprised or anything, and so why did you bring him here?
Well, first of all, as proof that we did what you asked. And the other thing, if maybe you can explain something.
So first of all,
For
she looks confused as I didn't ask you to kill him.
well, you ask us to kill the hunger.
Yes.
This is the hunger.
And she looks genuinely confused.
She doesn't see the big mouth in his stomach.
Well, you did cut him open, so from the perspective right now, it just all of his body is just cut and in scars and everything. It just looks like a butcher shop.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't see teeth in this area of the body.
Fair enough. I've seen stranger things, so okay. Tell me more. You wanted me to explain something.
Well, you can start with what the hell happened, how like, from a dwarf he became this.
And as she goes and takes her hand a little bit, you recognize that as detect magic. And
Oopsie.
like yeah, her eyes just link to your bag, and it's like I was looking for that, not for. Oh, I see. Oh no. Can I take a look at what you have in the bag?
Insight check.
Go for it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be
A natural
natural.
one.
No, natural one.
Natural one.
Can I also try?
Sure.
She's a saint.
One
She's
more.
a saint.
Yeah, for you, like, she's not. Okay, I'll just make it clear, but yeah, one can roll. From your perspective, she's not hiding anything. Like, she's generally concerned, and you believe everything that she says.
14.
Okay.
14. Same for you,
Uh,
Nathaniel.
Okay.
I rolled a 21.
Same for you, Moon. She's generally concerned, and some part of her is actually a bit scared.
Well, we, if Svent had any doubts at first, he once he looks at her facial expression, he's just comply and give her the object.
And just you take it with this cloth and everything. She holds that and reveals without the cloth, and as she just touches that with her middle finger, on your perspective, like as you are closer to your Swent, you see like in the orb like a mouth inside just opens like and closes, and as she pulls back, and this is hunger.
Hi, Anger.
This is a
Well,
very shy one.
As
Can you explain what this is?
You see, as she tried to collect her thoughts to see like how to better approach as at explaining and whatever that is, she says, I will say it this way. As I see that Ondex remembered something he shouldn't have. And that's what gave it power. As she turns it a little bit in her hand.
Well, we found this object inside of his body. Did he ate it?
Not exactly. He remembered that. I'm sure
Uh,
some of you in proximity became much hunger for or thirsty or devoured stuff. This is
That's
that's
true.
the reason.
Hmm.
So, does this all make everyone around it angry?
As long as you remember what it does.
So Ondex remember what this item is, and because he remember, he swallowed it.
No.
I think it's a better.
You
It's much difficult thing to eat that.
you see like her struggling, like you like a physical struggle of finding like the right words, and like as if like with all your high roll moon, you can discern that she's like struggling to bring back, is like constantly trying to remember but not remember memories, to suppress some and still like to explain whatever happens. And she's like focused on that again, and looks, are any of you magical users?
Yes.
Svent will raise his hand.
I see.
Why?
um I might gonna need your help with that.
Sure.
She's look around and she looks at you, Nathaniel, as you have no idea what it is. You will be the most useful. Take this, and she hands it to you. Do you take it?
What do you want us to do with it? I will take it.
Just hold it.
Okay. I'll hold it.
Okay, so first of all, I need you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh boy.
Uh,
That's a 13.
13. You're fine.
Yeah.
That was a good choice. And just hold it in your hand and I will take care of the rest. And now you see like her eyes just goes and glows like those green flames, not eldritch, but like bright green like vegetations and nature flames grows. Her hair just you see like some parts of it like more and more flowers begin to blossom in her hair, and she focused on that, and the orb just cracks, and as the orb just cracks in the middle, you see Elsbeth just goes back to her chair.
You okay?
As I said, magic has a price in this world. You see her like her exhausted, still alive. Not like she did damage, but like full-on exhaustion. I have no other word as to explain that.
Okay.
Is the elf okay?
Yep,
I'm fine.
yep, he's fine.
Well,
What exactly did you do then?
She trying to like find a little bit of strength that's left. You know, people have needs of some sort, but when you misuse those needs, they became or become or became or will become deadly. That was one of them.
and what exactly did you do to it now?
For now, dispelled whatever held this in this world.
Are
So
there
it's
others like it?
destroyed.
As far as I can tell, yes, it is.
I'm checking it out in my hand. Does it seem any less magical?
I mean, you can cast detect magic if you want to, but it is like cracked. Like as you held it in your hand, it just began to and just cracked in the half, and just now you have two pieces that are they look like a regular black stone now.
Okay.
I will
Okay.
try and ask again. Are there others like this out there?
I hope not. There's definitely no more as this one, but if that one came to be, maybe the others as well.
What if there are more? What effect could it have of the world?
And she looks at you as, how? And then she asks you, like, how old are you?
Still too young.
I will only say this. There's a reason no one remembers the war.
War?
Yep, all of you who lived in any kind of civilization know that this world, until around the last 50 years, was in a constant war. And it ended 50 years ago, give or take.
Who won?
I will then I will just look over towards our elf after she had said that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember anything? You must have lived for quite a while
Yeah, Nathaniel,
compared to
how
the
Okay.
old
rest
are
of
you?
us.
How old are
I
you?
should remember, so do tell me please, because I am right now. I should be
You should be well
320.
over.
320. Alright, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, because of your family and everything, and now, like, everything that's happens, you try to piece together and remember your life before you left. And except, like, the regular day to day basis, you do remember there was a war, and then it ended, and you don't know why. Even though, like, most of your life you did spend, like, while the war was happening.
Um, I do know there was a war, but I wasn't during those times. Was during that time I think I was at my family estate still. So
And you
um,
remember, like, your parents and especially your father did go to war and did come back, like, again and again. And you remember him telling you stories about it, but now, like, you don't remember what those stories are.
yeah, I just remember my father going out to war and coming back, but ended, and I don't remember I even had a result. It just ended as it is. So I don't know how much help I can be here, but I can say there was a war at the least.
War between who?
Yeah. Do I remember that?
Yeah, that's actually a good question.
Nope.
No,
What was
I
the
don't
war?
know.
You know, just the war was, the whole world was at war. No one knows against who and or why.
Everyone were at war.
Yep.
World at War.
A world war.
Yes.
Hmm.
You never heard about it?
Um, I heard about a war, but I never knew between which factions.
Same here.
Elspeth, I have a crazy theory. And DM, tell me if I have enough intelligence to came up with a theory
Okay.
or
Sure,
something
go
like that.
ahead. Go ahead. I love theories.
You said memories are very strong. Do you suggest that people do not forget the war and forget stuff because if we was remembering them, then we was creating something? Maybe maybe Ondex was remembering hunger or something like that, and he was creating his own death and creating this orb.
She looks at you as in confirmation, and also hunger comes in different ways. He remembered there's a difference between being hungry and know what hunger is and something else. But other than that, you are on the right path.
Um, Creation from imagination.
And she just shakes her hand. No.
Maybe it represents the aspect of the Great War, the hunger, some sort of an aspect of the Great War.
Or maybe something similar to the hunger was the cause of the Great War.
Hmm.
And maybe to win the war, we all had to forget about it.
That's what I was leading to.
Or maybe it was a weapon?
Uh,
I mean, it did prove to be a very dangerous foe.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Regardless. Uh,
Well,
can I
while they
ask?
are
Sorry, Moon, go ahead.
Sorry. Can I ask Elspeth, when was it this hunger in this forest started appearing? Did you say again?
Um, around 10, 10 years ago. It's pretty recent. I don't know what
Um,
triggered that again.
Yeah.
I was sure it will not happen. That's why I'm here, to try to make sure that it didn't happen, and it did.
so, Ulrich's uncle, when did he disappear?
From what you
I'm
got,
asking
because
the
she
group.
does. Oh, you asking or?
Yeah, I'm asking the group because I wasn't there when I got this information. When the group got this information, so I'm asking if they know.
If they remember.
Yeah, if
I
they
think
remember when he disappeared. Well,
I
they would
think
have been
about
told or something.
2 weeks
Yep.
from yeah.
Okay, so then I can imagine the hunger is not gone necessarily. Or was this orb, the only remains of it left?
She tries to again find the right words, and she says, "You know when try to think when hunger becomes deadly or not unproductive, but when hunger consumes you. There's There's one thing of being hungry and eating, being hungry and hunting. It's natural. But what happens when it stops being natural?
I'm going to ask her something a little different. I will ask her, do you know anyone who may have more information on the matter that we can go to? Or someone who's studying this thing, like this orb and whatever is happening with this orb?
No one is studying that. That's exactly the point. You're not supposed to study. You're not supposed to remember.
Does anyone else remember but you?
I don't remember. Some parts of it, yes. The essence of this, yes. But I don't remember it.
What about maybe someone who have studied the fact that we can't remember part of our history?
This is beyond me. As
Well, I know somebody we can probably ask.
Oh,
Your mom?
Yeah, my mom. She's been around.
That's a good option, yes.
yeah, I prefer if
It's
we
a
don't
good
ask my
idea.
parents. I'm against walking up to my parents again. I prefer keep them away as much as we can. So your idea is good, better than mine. Suggest my parents.
But speaking on family issues, I present to her the copy of the draconic ruin that my brother created. Maybe you can help me with this issue.
and she looks at that and just laughs. Oh, your
Yeah,
brother is an idiot.
it's not funny. He disappeared.
No, no, he isn't. And now it's like she opens the window And now you see like there was everything was just covered in snow. Now you see as if spring came all around the house. And she goes to you, focus on your brother just outside the window.
Okay.
Just
I do
imagine him
just that.
appear there.
I'm guessing he's inside him, isn't he?
As you focus on outside, and Kiggs appears in the middle of this field, like tumbles on. What the fuck just happened? Ah, fuck. Looks around like confused. What?
Over here!
The
Hey!
fuck? What the fuck?
You're back!
What do you mean I'm back?
You messed up the ritual.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck happened?
I present to him the cloth that I drew the ruin.
She goes closer to that and like, yeah. So, we kinda bound it together now.
What do you mean?
Go inside you, I think.
So, I wanted to do one thing, and then happened the other thing. You know, like when you're trying to kill one goblin, but you kill the other goblin because they look alike?
We don't kill our goblins.
Oh. Not our goblins. They're not tasty, but, you know, I'm getting hungry.
Oh, the hunger.
You're not you when you're hungry. I'll give him a bread.
And like, bread? I'm a dragon! I don't... Bread! You know better than that.
Hey, I'm also a dragon and I eat bread. Don't speak for me. And I eat the bread.
That's good.
Like, you see, like, if dragons could facepalm, that's what Kix would do.
It's good. You should try it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dragon with bread.
Anyway, so yeah, now we're magically linked. Well, I guess it's easier for me to keep you safe. Fuck.
Shit.
Yeah. Yay! You're not supposed to talk this way. If Mother will know that I touched those words, she will kill me.
I think Mother will kill you for linking our soul together.
He looks at you slowly, like terrified. Oh shit.
Well, this is great.
I'm looking at Kid. His name is Kid, right? Dragon.
Kiggs.
Kicks.
Okay, I'm looking at Kid, and I'm saying like, you really need to work on your language. Seriously.
I will
Don't
not
it-
listen to an elf.
Yeah, don't educate my brother, you asshole.
We have a family issue? Are we having an issue?
I think linking our soul will be an issue. But can we? Is it controllable? I ask Elizabeth.
She looks at you. Yes, of course.
Okay. So, can he stay like this permanently, or you gonna have to come back inside of me because I don't know reasons?
I think the stronger you'll get, the longer he'll be able to stay next to you.
Oh. Okay, that's a solution. Good thing I'm trying to get stronger.
And also, like, as you turn to her, she's like, well, I think it's time for agreeable payment. She flings her fingers and the wing just fly into your backslant. Like, they can take any form that you want. So, which forms are your wings taking?
Blue draconic wings
Of
with
course
lightning.
they are. Of course they are. So as you bump off your wings for the first time, she says again, just like the stronger you'll get, the longer he'll be able to stay, and the stronger the wings will get.
I jump in my place so excitedly and like hover a bit above the floor and look at my brother. You see, I got my wings. I'm growing.
He's looking at you like, what?
Ta-da!
Yeah,
You need to respect your brother. He's growing.
yeah. For now, you have a 15 flying speed for
Nice.
3 times a day.
And is it like for like 1 minute or 1 hour? 1 minute.
For an hour. For
Okay, nice.
Let me
Fla-
double check that. Sorry.
Flying kobold shooting arrows from the sky coming up.
I think it's 1 minute, but let me just get this. Yeah, continue for now.
That was certainly something.
You see Sven is like flying around the ceiling like a maniac.
Yeah, like this is a small fucking cabin, so you just like everything just destroyed, everything just flying around. You like your wings and your legs just hitting like him, Mickey, and everyone in the head, just like booms as you fly around.
I'm trying to catch his feet before his leg before it hits my head and like put him down if I can.
I would have just tried to grab it and just throw it out the door. Get outside!
You toss Sven right out of the window and he keeps flying above the house. Whee!
I will go outside and tell the kid, well, kid, we successfully eat the dwarf, and now the mighty dragon can fly.
He is super excited. I was like, this is the most amazing thing that happened in my life. He's just in shock.
Nathaniel is kind of shocked from seeing a kobold actually getting dragon wings because it was like, okay. Nathaniel does understand, like, then he looks like he kind of thinks he understands the situation. He thinks you got your wings only because you accidentally bonded with the ritual, so you kind of got his power. That's what Nathaniel thinks, at least. That's how he explains the situation.
I just look at everybody like, we're not gonna wake up from this dream. It's a very long one.
Never, just by death.
Bring it. So, what are we gonna do now? Apparently, you guys have somewhat failed in your original mission, rescuing the dwarf's uncle.
Somewhat.
So what? Yeah, somewhat failed. What are you going to do now?
Well, I think I want to go to my old master and to ask him in any direction. And also, he was a good friend of Ondex and Balrek. So I think it's the most honest way to tell him the bad news. And also maybe ask a direction and eat a good meal because I'm really, really, really hungry for a good meal.
Himike, you also remember that Balrek had a girlfriend. And a full-blown orc.
Yes.
barbarian
I
girlfriend.
remember that. Yes.
We should probably let her know in a letter, far, far away.
I'm not afraid of her. I was winning 2 times in arm wrestling.
Against Balrek, not against her.
Well, I think I'm not afraid of her.
Svent is flying away as far as he can.
Slowly,
I
like you
will not
see him
aid-
like
I will-
slowly just
Yeah.
fly away.
I will not help you in this endeavor.
And then he flies too close to the sun. Kidding. No.
It will take him like 10,000 hours, but sure.
So,
Uh,
what are we doing now? And okay, I'm just looking at her, by the way, Elizabeth, and like, how did you do that to him? Did you do that because you were like, uh,
He did it
you said,
himself. He said he's
yeah,
a dragon.
yeah, but you said it's a reward, and then you poofed it. So,
Just unlock some potential.
okay. So, what do we do next? We go to the city.
By the way, is Kick still there in the cabin?
No, he's outside. Like you summoned him outside the window, so he's just running around in the flower field. Like you see, like the kid just goes to Kiggs and like just play with him a little bit. You see, like they're playing like the mighty knights against the dragon, and for some reason Kiggs is the knight and the kid is the dragon.
Okay, now that's funny.
Yeah. They didn't really comprehend like their relationship yet and how it's supposed to work.
From my point of view in the sky, what do
Yeah.
I see anything that it's like the first time for me flying,
Oh,
and I like looking everywhere. Do I see anything that like right catches my eye, right straight away?
Okay. So as you fly, as you're not used to it, it is a slow flight, but surely you bamf your wing and just. You go over the trees, and now for the first time, you feel like this feeling as you were riding on the back of your mother before and flying, but now you're doing this yourself. It confirms this, like, yes, I am a fucking dragon. Fuck you all.
Yes.
And you look around, and all you see until the horizon is just trees and trees and trees of the forest on one side, like on the north and west side. On the east side, you see like valley and the mountains in the like very 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 at the back, like on the horizon. You can see the mountain of your own home to the east, and to the south again is just goes until like trees until the horizon.
Okay. So once I look at the mountain, I get like this, nostalgic feeling, and I tell myself, maybe I should come back home to visit mother and show her my new wings. And I descend down to the cabin.
Alright. What the rest of you are doing?
Well, I'm just playing with the kid and with Kiggs.
Now you do like this mighty roar, fighting the kid a little bit, but like he goes into the instinctive stance, and for the first time, like you see his playfulness as you roared. His playfulness just fades into just like cold-blooded expression as he was ready to attack, but then he just shifts back to his kid demeanor and just plays with you more and more. Yep.
I'll just like sit out of the cabin with my back to the wall and playing my guitar and just relax while they're playing.
Nice. Moon?
I would just contemplate where I would go for the future. I know that now this forest isn't necessarily the place I would have to be, because I couldn't imagine that um, any tribes or anything would live out here with that sort of curse having lingered here for so many years. So I assume that nothing else of such importance is out here. So I will contemplate where I have to go next. And I'm thinking maybe I just could follow these guys for a while until something.
And as you all just doing your own things, contemplating about what to do next, Svent, you come back from the sky and see all of them like in this clearing, the cabin, Himike and Kiggs and the kid playing, and we're gonna take a 10-minute break before
Okay.
we continue.
Okay.
Yay.
Can we just take it just a bit longer because I want to eat?
Sure. How long do you want?
Maybe 15 will be fine. I will try
Sure.
to.
So 5
520, 320.
Yee. Oh shit, no, wrong thing. Alright. So, as you had your break and hopefully figure out what the hell you guys gonna do, well, now it's your time to tell me what you're gonna do.
Well,
Yeah, I
as
was thinking that we would probably get close together, all of us, and start having a little discussion on what we do from here.
Sure, go
What
ahead. Like, Himiki, you can
goals?
go and prepare. By this time, it will be like time for lunch, so your bellies begin to grumble. Like, as Hibiki, you notice that, and you know your way around the house already. You go back, and yeah. So now, like, as thanks to Elsbeth, this part of the clearing is covered in flowers, so you can just sit outside. It's a nice scenery, as you have like this wooden table, and you sit across. Himiki brings whatever Hibiki brings, and
Today we have in dinner a great steaks.
ooh,
Yes,
yeah, and
I
as you
secretly,
Mhm.
none of you know this. This is like dear moment. I secretly use one of my spices to spice one of the steaks, and
Okay.
I will randomly give it to someone. What should I roll? So see, I don't know.
Let's see.
How many of us are there?
Well,
Uh,
it's 5 of you. It's 7. So yeah, roll a d6, because you know, like this, you're not gonna put it to yourself.
yeah. All right.
So okay,
So
Actually, it would be 7. There's the old lady and her surrogate son. There's
no, she's
there's
staying
me.
inside. She's staying
Mhm.
inside. So
Oh,
there's 5 of you, and yeah. So like
the
it's
kid
gonna be
and the
6.
Drake.
Oh, the Drake as
All
well. Yeah.
Yeah,
six.
that was my
Uh,
point.
alright, wait. Then with everyone, just give me a second. It's 5 of you and 3 of them. This is 8. So roll 1d8 then. Sorry. Okay, let me assign everyone. Yeah, roll 1d8.
V8. 1.
A 1.
Mhm.
That would be you, Moon.
Oh my god.
So, Himike, explain what happens.
Well, as you eat the good cooked steak, you suddenly see a blob in the far corner to the house. You see a blob with green slime to it and a huge yellow eyes.
I'm losing my
Uh,
appetite.
as I look over there and see, you say it's a green
Yes.
slimy creature
Yes.
with yellow eyes.
Mm-hmm. Just stare at you.
I just, as I look over there, you guys see that I get an instantly serious look on my face, and I quickly stand up and take out my what's it called again?
Scimitar?
I forget what my weapon is called. My
Scimitar?
scimitar. I take my scimitar out and I go, guys, we are getting attacked.
Wait, I'm drawing a piece of steak at it.
You don't see it. Like, you're still eating, you're enjoying the everything. You just look at him like, the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, we don't see a slime?
No, it's only him. Listen, it was a drugged. He's drugged.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm hallucinating.
Yep. What do you do, Moon?
Getting confused why nobody else is trying to do something.
I just laugh at him and I'm
shout-
like, oh my god, guys, we are under attack. Look, we found someone.
I just charge straight over towards the creature, and
Roll
I
for attack.
will.
Roll
No,
to
here's the
attack
thing.
the non-existent
I will see
creature.
this as something of fretting, so I will I will use my crimson right
Oh my god.
because that's what I would do at the beginning of freaking combat.
Go for it.
So I take a 1d4 points of damage, and it's the highest it could be. I take 4
Oh.
points of right damage.
And in your mind, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, so as my sword just suddenly glows blue again, I just swing towards the creature.
Roll for attack.
So while he's doing that, while I'm eating and watching this show,
Yeah.
I will look at my brother. Usually he's much more brighter. I don't know what's happening to him.
Oh, like Kiggs is just mumbling. He's not even listening to you. She's like, Yeah,
I roll a 16.
a 16. All right, you roll for damage.
That would be a 1d6 and a 1d4.
Yep.
I wonder what's the AC of an imaginary what's the AC of an imaginary
You don't
creature?
know. You don't know. 16 hits.
So that would be 10 points of slashing damage and 1 point of cold damage.
In your mind, like you prepared, you cut yourself. The sword activates. You rush it, shoo, slash it across, and in your mind, like you feel as if you sure you hit it, but like wait, and you see like the creature reacted to that and just like disappeared, like falling down and dying. But you didn't feel impact. It was like, the hell?
To me, the creature is slain, right?
Yeah.
Or okay, then I go. Well, okay, strange, and I just sheath my scimitar again and goes to the other.
You
Others.
see the
Why did
creature's
you
like,
not try and help me?
That was amazing.
Mighty warrior, that was really amazing. Your sword is so sharp that you just didn't feel the flesh of that creature.
You
I
were
salute you.
It wasn't real. I'm looking at him. He's just fooling you. There was no creature.
This is a special creature. Only few of the chosen one can see it.
I would like to make an inside check against Zemika.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a okay, not great. A 9.
9. You believe what he's saying. You see the creature and you believe every word he says.
Can he roll against mine to see if I'm saying the truth when I told him that it's not real?
Well, he didn't focus on you, so he focused on
Well, first, I got confused with the mixed message,
yeah.
and I started to feel, am I getting fucked here?
Nice choice
So-
of words.
Well, I guess my role would be towards both of you, technically.
Well, yeah, you believe both of them.
How is that?
Welcome to D&D.
Wouldn't that be a contested deception check?
Sure, both.
Just-
Well, Nathaniel roll for persuasion, Himika roll for deception.
Alright then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, charisma-based character versus strength-based character.
Yep.
21.
21. Himika?
2.
2.
Yes.
Yeah, you believe Nathaniel.
Yeah. Then I just get this look on my face, and I just go over towards the big white cat, and I just hit him on the head. With my fist.
He just like boom, bonks you on the head, like bonks.
Ah,
But While all
Okay.
this is happening, Sven is just eating corn seeds or something like that, popcorn.
Sure. Yeah.
I after this happened, I just walk over away from you guys and just go over towards a tree and just
Aw.
sit facing away from you.
Aw. You offended the kitty.
Uh,
Well, like
That
you
was fun.
embarrassed the fuck out of him.
Yep.
I look at Canyon and I'm like, you're next. You're gonna see monsters.
I'm pretty sure Cunning would be into that, so.
Now, fun group. I tell my brother.
He looks at you. They surely are! And I thought, I'm ridiculous.
You will get along just well then.
So now to see us, Metal. Where are we actually going next, guys?
I suggest we go to the mountain, to my home.
Get information. We can do that.
If somebody would be able to know about this wall, then mother will.
Yeah, I guess that's
Where
it.
is your? Where do you say your family? Your family is? I actually no. I would be yelling this. Where do you say your family is? As I'm far away.
At the mountain! Right over there!
Okay. Guess I'll join.
I assure you I will not do that again.
Fuck you.
Oh,
This is amazing. Whew. Alrighty then.
I guess we all agree then.
Yes. I would like to go visit Torvald, but if you think the cause is better to go and search more answers, then yes. I still pumped to more
I
adventure.
mean, the village is on the way to the mountain.
Yep.
So,
Oh,
it's
right.
yeah,
You'll have to
we
pass
can
through
pay a
that.
visit. We can pay a visit to Torval and leave a
Visit?
note to the orc lady and run far, far away.
You run far, far away. I will
I
stay
don't,
there.
I don't run. I fly.
Very
Oh, fly.
slowly. Very slowly.
He bravely fly away. He bravely flied away.
Right. Elsbeth, that was a good hospitality. And I very humble that you let us in like that. And I wish you all the luck in the world. And you too. And I just scrambled the kid hair.
Thank you for being so good. Relax in this world. Yes.
If we happen to find any sort of like those weird object like hunger, uh, is there like a way that we can be in touch with you?
She thinks for a second and well, there's no way for unless you find a way to send me a message some way or another. I can contact you, but other way is hard. But you'll find me here.
Then how about we agree that once a month you will contact us and we'll let you know if we bump into anything interesting?
That we can easily do. Yep.
Okay.
Great.
you take off towards the city.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, you'll have to go through the log, then go to the arrow that you shot, Svent, climb through that. So unless you find another way, I will have to all of you to roll athletics or acrobatics to
Okay.
pass through that.
Okay. Let's
So roll acrobatic.
Yeah.
Me.
And one by
I mean-
one, we'll start with Himiki when you roll. Tell me.
Ooh.
This is 16 for athletics.
16, nice. Moon.
I get a 14
Nathaniel.
for acrobatics.
Natural 20.
Not
Perfect.
20, 5.
Nice. And Swent?
Nice.
24.
You don't even need to, you can just fly through that, but sure.
I just do it for the challenge.
Yeah, you just do it for the challenge.
You do it because you forgot the wings.
By
You forgot
this...
to add wings.
Yeah. By this time, I would say that Kiggs would disappear again, as 2 hours will pass. Unless you want to summon him again.
Oh no, I don't think summoning a Drake in the middle of town would be a good thing.
Sure. Now, as you
What?
guys remember, it will take you around. You have like half a day left of travel, and you will need 2 other days to reach the city. So we'll do it one by one. Who's leading the charge or the party? Roll for perception.
Survival?
You know the way. You just like if you know how to get back. It's more of the way if you see something more. Unless you
23.
actively tracking. 23. You see everything.
And who knows the way, so it makes sense to sit in front.
huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
So this half of the journey, you don't see anything out of the ordinary as you continue towards. Are you guys gonna stay for the night as the sun comes down, or
where are we right now? Can you tell us according to the map?
on the map you are between the Nogakfkal and the river to the left? You're moving to the right to the east. So
Towards Kafka, basically?
Mhm.
yep.
Mhm.
In the little mountain pass there. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
like now you have like mountains to your left and a valley to your right.
Okay.
Are you guys gonna stay for the night or you continue pushing?
I think we should rest and then continue in the morning. What do you guys think?
Yeah, sure.
Mhm.
Alright.
I think
Is
that's a
there
good idea.
something you want guys to accomplish while you rest, or
I think just a normal shifts.
alright? So three people roll me a perception check.
I will all.
Mine is a 16.
16. Svent?
23.
23 again. Nice.
Yes.
Dude. +7! What the fuck? And who else?
Expertise.
Yeah, expertise.
That's true.
I've created a
It's
monster.
good to have.
It's gonna
Yes,
be
you do.
That high. +4 with expertise.
Yeah, he
You have you have created an abomination.
Yeah, I will have to deal with this later.
Oh, it's easy. Invisible enemies.
I guess
Sven
I'll-
fly, a meteor falls from the sky on him.
Something like that. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Bugs fall.
So the first night goes uneventful, and you continue the next day. Push forward, you'll have another night to rest, and the next midday you'll reach Nogakfkal. So roll for perceptions once again, 3 people.
Sure.
Okay. This time it's 17. Okay.
17.
This time it's 10.
It's 10.
Oh,
19.
Yeah, Sven,
Oh.
you go to sleep. You just fall asleep on your shift because you're so relaxed. You feel good that Giggs is here with you. Your party members. Himike, as you wake up, you see like Sven go like just snoring. But you just leave him like, yeah, it's alright.
I'm a mighty dragon.
He's snuggled up and next to his brother.
Yeah. Well, the next day, as the morning comes, around midday, you will arrive to the city gates. What would you guys like to do?
the city right now?
You're getting close to the city. Yeah, you see like the city gates. Like there's no like gates, but the city begins like to be to your left.
Do you guys want to relax in the city for the day or continue travel to your home? What?
Well,
Well,
I think Amika will probably go to the Bolrak's wife to tell her the news.
mm-hmm.
I
And I
would like,
will join you later.
I would like to go visit the Archfey store.
Okay.
Mm.
She has a name.
Zima.
Thank you.
Zima.
Not
So
everything is by the race of the character. Yep.
I remember the small details. Um, so did we take like the pieces of hunger? The,
Sure.
So I would like to go to her shop and maybe try to sell it to her.
Alright, so like from how the city is built, the tavern would be the first point. So unless you wanna split up here, or you wanna go to the tavern first, or go directly there. So and who goes where? Because Himiki wants to go to the tavern, go to the just tell me what you're going to do in the city.
I know that if I got time in the city, Nathaniel thinks this is a great opportunity to make money. So going and performing in a tavern and collecting money for his performance is the way to go in a city. That's what he'll do with his free time.
Alright, yeah, as people already know, like the owners of the tavern know you. You all, so all of you go to the tavern, or are you splitting up?
I split up and go to Balrek girlfriend.
I also split.
Alright, so two of you, Moon, what are you doing?
I don't know.
So you have an option
the-
to go to the tavern, or go with Himiki and Sven.
Well, three options
Yeah.
because we are going different directions.
Well, for the next, like to go to.
I
Shoga
guess.
is-
I guess I will follow Svent.
Alright, so as you guys go to the city and to the main street, follow it a little bit, and Nathaniel, you go to Torvald's Tavern, as they don't know already you, and for the night you will perform there, and will get free lodging for that, of course, and a free meal. The three of you continue towards and reach the city center again as this circle with the statue of the queen in the middle. Himiki, you want to see Shoga, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll find that the auditory troop is still here, and she is like next to her caravan where you left.
So I will slowly walk towards there, and I'm like, knock on her caravan door.
She turns around. Oh, Himike, you're back.
Oh, Shoga, how are you?
I'm fine. How was your journey?
It was great. May I sit?
Of course, of course.
Alright. Okay. And I invite her to sit next to me. And I'm like, well, the journey was successful and we had plenty of fun, I assure you that. But it was in a great cost. We found that uncle of Baurlek, Ondex, was not himself. He was a bit, let's say, cursed in some sort of way. He became a devouring monster. And, well, in in his rage to attack us and kill us and devour us, Balrek didn't make that. He defend himself. He protect me and the others, but he didn't make it. I assure you his death was smooth without any pain. And I I think now he's in peace in heaven with his uncle.
You see, like, Shoga just stands up aggressively and instinctively, like, you just fall back and stand up as well. Like, just tears begin to pour to her eyes, and she's like, you feel like she's gonna attack, like, she's coming closer to you, and just like, you feel like she will attack you or something, so you tense a little bit for the impact, but instead she just hugs you.
This is okay, Shoga. I know it's difficult, but from every end, a new beginning can arrive.
Oh, I know that, young lion. I am not worried about myself. It's you.
Me?
Losing a friend. I lost many friends. And there is honor in death. He lives his
Yes.
life, and I live mine. And she heavily breathes and holds her breath for a second as. Can you tell me where he's. Did you leave some grave or.
Yes, of course. I didn't leave his sight until I was burying him in honor. And side note, I am not, like usually don't have emotions. This is one part that the Colosseum took away from me. So I try to deceive my face as a sad because honestly I'm not that sad of his death, and I'm like, but I'm do keep honor. So like with a deceivable face of sadness and a bit of honor, I'm like, I buried him in a great honor, and as I told you, I think he's in peace now.
She looks at you, and now, like, at this closer look, because she's standing right next to you, and she's like one head taller than you are. She sees like this huge gaping scar across your body, like different scars that you got from that and from that battle, and she's like, "Well, I guess I'll go home now." And she turns around and begins packing her things in the caravan and everything.
Well, I hope I hope you will have a great and safe way home, and I hope we will came across one time, maybe few more. And I just shake her hand like really tight to honor her strength. And
Roll a I guess strength saving throw for that.
Strength saving throw.
Yeah.
13.
She's gonna break your finger.
Probably, yeah, let me roll for that.
Get a piece of wood and be like,
Oh yeah. She just crushes your hand as you as you take. As you'll take 7 like bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
wow.
This is
Like
okay.
it's you realize that it's not intentional. Is just right now she cannot control anything. As she was shaking your hand and instinctively just like just crushed you. You feel like you tense for a second, breathe in as your hand begins to shake, but you're like compose yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And she turns around.
Well, have a good one.
You too.
And I will walk towards the tavern searching Torvald.
Alright, so you going back to the tavern now. Give me a second, Nathaniel, you there? Moon, you're following Svet or you're following Kimike? Moon?
I said I was following Sven.
Svet, alright. So, did you guys go with Himike or split up?
We split.
Split, alright. As you reach Zima's shop, and Moon, this is the first time as you see it. It is like a wooden shop, a wooden house, but compared to everything else, is just covered with ice. Everything is just covered in ice. You going in, Svend?
Yes.
As you knocked on the door and just had to push it a little bit to break the ice. You see Zima sitting behind the desk as usual. Right now, motionless.
Hey Zima, I'm back.
As you say that, her body begins to wake up and she's like, "Oh, you're Dragon, you're back."
Mm-hmm. How you been?
She looks confused at the question as she looks around like,
Okay. So, during my journey, I came across an interesting artifact. And I present to her the broken orb of hunger.
you see as she looks at that, and at the first she's like instinctively draws his hand, but as she sees that it's broken, she takes that as that's not supposed to be possible. How and why?
Well, there's been a bit of a tragedy. If you remember, me and my companions went to a journey to find the missing dwarf,
Yes, yes.
and we found him. And that thing that you're currently holding was inside of him, corrupting him from the inside. And when we got to him, he was more than a monster than a man.
Oh no. I was afraid that's gonna happen. I warned him.
Do you happen to know you were aware of it?
Unfortunately, I do.
Really? Because we met a certain individual named Elizabeth?
And she looks at you as, doesn't recognize the name.
Well, she is sort of like an ancient being, and she was the one that basically broke it. She told us that nobody else would know what this thing is.
Well, nobody else is supposed to know, and if she was the one who broke it, that means she's at least on our side.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
If she was the one who broke it, the one who's broken it, at least that means that she is on our side.
On our side. And who is not on our side, may I ask?
And she shows that, like the broken orb to you.
Is there like a certain individual that created that thing?
Not exactly. You know, and again, like you see, like the similar expressions, just like on Elsbeth, as Zima tries to remember and find the correct words, but at much easier pace as it was to Elsbeth. No one created, not a person who created that. It is, I don't know if I can call it a creature, but a manifestation. Tell me, young dragon, what do you call a manifestation of hunger in people?
Gluttony?
And she shakes her head in approval.
May I introduce my friend here, Moon? He was also in the party that dealt with this, with the dwarf and the orb and all. Moon, introduce
yes.
yourself.
Yeah. It's a pleasure to meet you. As this little Drake has said, I go by the name Moon. I joined these people. Not sure what I want to call them yet. I joined them while they were out in the forest to the west. And yeah, this thing certainly had an impact. But you say this thing is a manifestation of gluttony, basically.
Indeed.
I had assumed with the woman we up with out there, there would be something similar. Gluttony is just one of the deadly sins of man. Is it reasonable to assume that manifestations like this could occur in the other sins?
Yes.
Yeah, that's certainly not good. So there are more of it like out there.
May I ask a different question? Are those scenes, are they related to the Great Wall?
For someone as young as you are indeed wise.
I'm not there, right? I'm in the
Nope.
tavern.
Nope.
No?
It's only Moon and Swant.
Yeah.
So, if they are related to the Great Wall, then the Great Wall were against them? Or were they backing somebody?
It's hard to explain as when hunger consumes, then how do you fight hunger? How do you fight gluttony? Do you fight the people or do you fight it?
I think you fight the urge.
Exactly. When it's only one, it's easy to deal with, as you manage to deal with that yourselves. Although in a much simpler form. But what happens when the whole people of our world are consumed by them?
I assume chaos.
Indeed.
Chaos would put it lightly. It would be the end of the world, essentially.
Indeed. That's what we managed to stop the last time. But I guess with the fade of magic, people begin to remember hunger and gluttony. As it makes sense, this would be the first one to manifest.
So,
You're not there, yes.
I know, not about it.
question:
Mm-hmm.
how did you stop the scenes in the Great Wall?
Before, there were many practitioners of magic, and we basically erased the memories.
Okay, so by erasing the memories, people forgot about scenes, and because people forgot about scenes, they were powerless?
Indeed. No magic, no feelings of power, unnecessary power. With enough food, there's no need for gluttony. With equality and peace, no difference between races
me.
or people. No need for the sins.
Forgive me for asking, but doesn't everything have an origin, something that comes from it? This gluttony orb that we found, it was magical. What if more magic started to disappear, and in the end, magic completely disappears from existence? Wouldn't that stop these sins from gaining these kinds of manifestations?
You are correct.
And is that what essentially happened at the end of the war, and why we are losing more and more magic?
Unfortunately, yes.
I would not say that that's unfortunate. I would call that fortunate.
We all had to sacrifice. As I am, and you see, like, the whole time she didn't move. Uh, I'm bound to this place. The less magic, the less I exist. So we all have to sacrifice one thing or another.
Mhm.
So, if we were to happen to run across one of those sins, would you have any sort of way to help us how to deal with this?
Well, it depends on which form they are and how much control they have over their area and how many people they manage to corrupt. Right now, you've dealt with only one, not in a full
So,
form.
so there are 6 more then, assuming that there are only 7.
That's also
Assuming.
assuming that this is the end of gluttony. It will come
Yeah,
back.
is is this like the end of gluttony after what Elsbeth did, or can he come back?
As long as there are people, as long there's over overworldly powers of any sort, it will come back.
Okay, not to surf, not to go near fat guys. Okay.
The question is, yes, in if they come back in simpler forms, and it's only simple people or one or two, then it's not a threat.
I see. Moon, do you have any questions?
Hmm. What? I'm thinking. If we were to encounter anything similar to this, I assume that all the odds will not be as simple as this one was. If we encounter more, what would you recommend our best course of action would be if we found more that had similar causations?
Find the source. Right now, you dealt with the source. I'm pretty sure you've seen similar effect around it. As long as you're fighting
Yes.
only the after effects, you will not get far.
So it's an internal battle. Keep fighting to lessen the effects.
Until you find the source, yes. Not everything
But
has
the
to
source will
delve.
return.
Sorry?
The source will return. Even if we defeat it, it will return.
Until the magic goes away. Or the source of that goes away.
Alright. Guess I can do that.
I ask, is there like any sort of way to channel this orb magical residue to maybe to assist us in our journey?
Okay, let me think about it for a second. What you're trying to ask directly again?
Maybe we can use the broken pieces of the orb
Mm-hmm.
as some sort of magical item that will allow us to resist those urges or help us in our quest.
I see. Now that you know what's coming, just be prepared. The less the less those feelings you have of yourself, the less um, the lesser of the effect will be and the control will be on you. It no need for magical items or artifacts.
Oh, I would definitely need it because if I run across envy, I am screwed.
Or maybe in the future.
Uh, uh, would you like to buy it?
Most definitely. And she will. Do you like to bargain or
Trade?
what would you like?
What does she have in the store?
Are you looking for something particular or money?
Magic weapon would be nice.
Um, she for yourself, I'm assuming.
Mm, I think I will give that to Moon.
Moon,
You sure about this?
do you
Yeah?
have do you have something in mind?
Hmm. Well, really just any. If I would be looking for anything, it would probably also be a weapon of some sort. I would think, or maybe some piece of unique equipment that has a unique effects. Um, anything you can think that otherwise would benefit me that she might have. Otherwise, just a sword, sword-like weapon.
As she thinks that for a second and take this to Vulcan. Tell him I sent you and show him your weapon. He will know what I'm talking about.
Okay. So I take what she was handing me.
Yeah, so
What did she hand me?
the orb. Like take
Oh.
tell you the orb and Svent, you know Vulcan is the blacksmith. So she basically telling you take the orb to the blacksmith.
So, can he make 2 of them or just 1? Because we have 2 pieces of the orb.
Well,
Well,
I'm not a blacksmith, so it depends on him.
Yeah, so it's worth asking if he can make 2 of them.
well,
Alright. While all of this is happening, Nathaniel and Himike, let's cut to you guys. What are you guys doing?
I'm trying to play in the tavern to make money, performance.
Easy
Nothing else.
enough. As you went inside the tavern, you saw Vi greeting you, and was like, "Oh, you again? All right. Yeah, you know the deal. The customer will come in a few hours, so get ready. Feel free." And after a few, like 5 to 10 minutes, Himike, you go to the tavern, and you see like 1 or 2 customers inside. Vi just standing. You see Nathaniel sitting in a corner, tuning his guitar, getting ready.
Vi, is that you?
Ah, the kitty cat has returned.
Yes, I am. Hey, what a great story I have to tell you. But first, where is Torvald?
He's like, "Hey, old guy, there's a kitty cat looking for you." And from the kitchen, like you see just this hawk of the man with white beard always gone back. "Oh, Emike, you're back."
Oh, Torvald.
And he just like shakes your hand, grabs you for a hug. You see like you feel like your spine and your shoulders just crack like, a little bit.
I just scratch my head and I'm like, before a few minutes, Shoga crushed my hand. I don't want any crushes in my bones, please.
He looks at you as you said like that. He's like the flash of realization, like why would Shoga do that? And he's like, Balrog made his fate.
Yes, along with his uncle. Apparently, something was possessing him or causing him to go berserk. And when I mean berserk, it's not the berserk that me and you know. It's like devilish berserk.
I see.
Are they
Whoa.
near me?
They're like 25 feet away from you.
Do I hear everything, or is it like...
Yeah, you can hear it. As it is still quiet in the tavern. Yeah, you can hear that conversation.
It had teeth in the stomach. That's what I would say from the other side.
He like
Yeah.
both of them like look at you like, the fuck?
Yeah,
That's definitely weird. Well, the drinks are on me tonight. We'll drink to his honor.
Thank you, my friend. Let's have
Uh,
a seat. Tell us stories, and I will tell you about my adventure.
Well, stories are always welcome. And he sits down. You can tell him all the stories. They bring a little bit of food. And we're gonna cut back to Moon and Svent while that is happening. You arrived at the Vulcan and Sons shop. As you come closer, you can hear the metal ting, ting. The heat hits you again as this open smithy right in front of you. You see Vulcan, Svent, you know him. The three of his sons are working in different stations. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I greet him. Hello, Vulcan.
Ah, your dragon! How can
Yes,
I
I have
assist you?
I just visited Zima, and
Sure.
she told us to give you those uh, uh, components. I introduced it to all parts. She told us that you can make weapons out of those.
He takes like those two parts and like the one is a little bit larger than the other halves. And well, if Zima sent you, then yeah, sure. I cannot make weapons out of them. I can imbue weapons with this.
Hmm, interesting. So, what kind of weapons can you imbue those?
Well, whatever the properties of this thing is, we will see what comes out of it when I'm done.
So, me and my friend here would like different weapons. I myself would like a longbow. He would like a sort of a sword.
A sword. And he goes with you, like, to tell him exactly the details of which sword you want and everything. He looks around. Look, this work of enchantment and everything, it will take me uh, around a fortnight to prepare everything and made it done.
Okay, 4 nights.
So, about 2 weeks.
Let me just.
Okay. So we will be back in 2 weeks.
That's doable.
Yes, Moon?
Let me just gonna see if I can figure out what weapon it would probably be.
Oh, sure. We can take it after the game, because you have 2 weeks anyway. Just tell me afterwards
Okay.
which weapon you want to.
Fair enough.
Alright. You two want to do something else, or you're going back to the tavern with everyone else?
I guess if, since there's not much else, I would guess we'll head back.
Yes, back to the bow.
Alright. So, Himika, you sit with Torvald having a drink.
And after that, the children was chasing a dragon, and he was pretending to be a dragon, and the dragon pretended to be a knight. Believe me, Torvald, that was very funny.
Oh my god, you guys are weird. Did I ever tell you that you guys are weird?
Well, you know, when I was born without hair, so I'm a weird one. Yes, until I reached my puberty, I didn't have hair. I was called the white skin hairless huge cat. This is a very long name, I know, but until my enemy was saying my name, I was finishing them.
Like one should.
Yes. About finishing enemies, you know, I felt like I didn't use all my potential in the battle against Ondex. I feel like I was slowed, like I was not using my full feline maneuver and instincts.
Uh-huh.
You might have any idea how to help me with that?
And as you say that, you like you see like Torvald just goes, does a 17 hit you?
Yes.
Yeah, so you will take you take 10 bludgeoning damage to the faces. Just as you say that, Torvald just swings like his wing. Well, try to dodge that next time. And he goes again. Does a 15 hit you?
Yes, it does. It
Now,
does.
now you guys like you already like stood out a little bit, and you take 5 bludgeoning damage.
I think it's animal abuse.
Now all of you are just like standing there, like, all right, well, you wanna learn how to fight? Let's fight. What do you do? You can use your
It
cross
will not-
counter.
So yes, it will not be easy on you, and I will use my cross counter, and I will spend
2
two of
points.
my
On the second
yes.
attack, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
And I will need to roll 1d10. So
Plus your
it's
strength, plus your
4.
pugilist level.
So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 plus 3. Then it's 11.
Oh yeah, so you reduce the damage to 0. So the first like hit you right in the jaw as you were not prepared for that. As you stand back, Torvalds goes for the left hook. As you dodge a little bit under it, and crack him into like in the uppercut in the jaw. Roll for damage.
So I will just make that as I hit that, and I will 5 bludgeoning damage.
As you uppercut him, a little bit of blood just spurts out. Whew. Well, so you did learn a thing or two.
Yes, and I and while I'm like resting, he, so I will use the blooded but unbound feature as I'm rest and preparing myself for more combat, and it says that I will get a temporary hit point
Yes.
according to 3 plus 3, so I will have 6 more temporary hit points,
Nice.
and I will regain all of my moxie point back.
Yep. Yes,
And
you do.
I will need another.
As he goes for another attack for you. Yeah, I think 26 will hit you.
Yes, 26 definitely
As
hit.
you take another 8 damage.
Then I will again spend 2 moxie points
Go for
in
it.
order to counter that. So it's another 2 plus 3, then it's 5 plus another
Your level?
3.
8.
Yes.
Perfect. That's exactly what you needed. Again, as he goes right now for a straight jab, you dodge a little bit to the right, and with your right, just jab him in the nose again. Roll for damage.
And 4 bludgeoning damage.
Nice. As you crack him in the nose, and now like as you were prepared, and this is your second counter, you see like he is hitting you, but then he's withholding like the actual strike itself. He's aiming, but then like withholding the actual damage of that. And you spar like Nathaniel, you see like those two are just like hawking it out. They're like just like all those white like hooks and everything. And Himiki just dodges and dodges and dodges and dodges and counter strikes as much as he can. After like I don't know 15 minutes or so of that, Moon and Svent, you come back and you see that just as they finish. Yeah, you can have your subclass, Himike.
With a huge mark in my eyes, like
yeah.
Popeye, and my mouse is like, and like, good fight, old man.
It's nice to
as-
see. Yes.
I was about to say, as we get close, as we get in and see the scene, you look better now.
I will just roar at him. Don't you say such things to me!
I like how I get a subclass
I
doing
just give a smoke.
a draconic ritual. Moon gets his subclass by having a dream, but Amike he gets a subclass by getting into a bar fight.
And getting beaten up.
That's his class. Getting beaten
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Well, unless you guys want to do something else.
Well, we're gonna have to come back here in another 2 weeks, so we're still gonna go to the mountain then. And once we
Alright.
go back, it will probably be ready.
While you saying that, oh, I cannot. Never mind. Nothing. Okay.
Alright. So as you, Himika, and Torvald, they just like hug it out, sit back to the table. He calls everyone else and raise a glass to your fallen comrade. And having your rest of the day here as Nathaniel plays for you guys. This is where we're gonna end for today's.
Okay.
Yay!
That was hell of a fun.
Yeah, it was a fun session.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Well, then see you next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
See ya.